2,500 years ago, Cyrus the Great, a leader of wisdom, virtue, and enduring influence, created the Persian Empire, conquered Babylon, freed the Jews from captivity, established mankind's first human rights charter, ruled over those he conquered with respect and benevolence, and changed the course of world history. Now, experience the real-life story of Cyrus the Great. Kidnapped at birth because of a prophecy and left to die in the wilderness. The humble beginnings of a heroic warrior, destined to become the architect of an empire that spanned from Africa and Egypt to the far reaches of India. In the tradition of award-winning films like Braveheart, Gladiator, Ben-Hur, and the Ten Commandments, Cyrus the Great is the epic tale of the most extraordinary of men. Born into royalty, the son of Cambisi, the first king of Persia, and Mandana, the princess of Media. After he is born, his grandfather, Asatagus, the king of Media, has a dream that his daughter will give birth to a king that will overthrow him. He orders his most trusted general, Harpagus, to take the baby and kill it. Harpagus agrees and takes the child into the wilderness to kill him. Unable to kill the newborn, Harpagus gives Cyrus to a shepherd and his wife, who recently had a stillborn. Cyrus grows up far from the politics of the royals. He learns to hunt, grow strong in the wilderness, shepherding herds. He also learns honesty, kindness, and compassion, along with morals they instilled in him. Cyrus meets a young girl, a commoner. Her name is Cassandra, and she is his first love. Soon after, he meets a man that has been traveling for months. It feels like destiny. He is a Hebrew from Jerusalem. The Babylonians overthrew Jerusalem, took his people as slaves, and brought them to Babylon. There is a prophecy that a man will come to free them. The man that Cyrus meets is none other than the prophet Daniel. Daniel sees something special in this young son of a shepherd. He can tell this boy has a destiny, and their meeting is more than mere coincidence. When Cyrus discovers his true identity, he returns to his father's palace. There he continues a different kind of education, one of philosophy, politics, warfare, and instruction on how to rule a kingdom. Cambisi tells him of the Babylonians, the greatest threat to Persia. The king of Babylon, Balthazar, a cruel, dangerous, and impulsive man, ruled his kingdom through intrigue, decadence, and corruption. Cambisi tells Cyrus Balthazar is the greatest threat to their kingdom, and Cyrus will have to deal with him one day. Cambisi dies when Cyrus is 21, and he inherits the throne. He seems to have nothing in common with the girls at court, so he returns to the countryside for Cassandra and marries her. When Asatagus discovers Cyrus is alive, he invites Harpagus to a feast, where he feeds him his own son in punishment. Harpagus realizes that the man he has spent his entire life serving is pure evil. Asatagus makes plans to attack Persia, kill Cyrus, and end the prophecy once and for all. Harpagus meets Cyrus secretly and tells him of Asatagus's plans. When Asatagus attacks, Cyrus is ready. He defeats his grandfather's army and gains control of Media. Asatagas expects Cyrus to slay him, but his grandson spares his life. To the west lies the kingdom of Lydia. Sensing an opportunity to take advantage of the instability in Media, after the fall of Asatagas, the king of Lydia launches an all-out war against Cyrus and his growing kingdom. Cyrus builds a coalition of forces from Persia against the loyal soldiers of Lydia. He defeats Lydia and adds the rich country to his empire. Then, the prophet Daniel reappears, and he and Cyrus greet each other as old friends. He tells him of the deplorable conditions of the Hebrews in Babylon. Babylon has been threatening to attack Cyrus's empire, and Cyrus agrees to attack Babylon and free Daniel's people. Confident in the defenses of his city, Balthazar throws a giant feast for 1,000 of his lords. It is a great orgy of sex and feasting. He orders the vessels of gold his father took from Jerusalem to be brought forth so his lords can guzzle wine from them. In a stroke of military genius, Cyrus diverts the Euphrates River into a canal. The water level drops, which allows the waiting forces to march directly through the riverbed, beneath their defenses, and enter the city at night. Under the cover of a sandstorm, Cyrus's forces take the city. And Cyrus becomes the king of the largest empire the world has ever seen. He writes a charter of human rights for his subjects. It is the first expression of human rights in history, and another would not be seen for 2,000 years. Cyrus allows the Jews to return home to Jerusalem. He restores the sacred vessels that were taken from them. He rebuilds the temple that was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, thus fulfilling a prophecy.